What up guys, back with another video, and this video is going to be on the basics of a Rocket League offense and tips and tricks that you should know just if you're starting the game or if you want to get into game modes like 1v1s. So the first thing I'm going to teach you is the front flip flick or just the normal flick. So what you want to do is first thing you got to do is know how to dribble. If you don't know how to dribble, what you want to do is just come over here with the ball. This is the best way I think to learn to dribble, and just kind of aim it on the sidewall. And just keep the same pace with it and try not to drop it. When you're lower rank, you're going to drop it like this. But eventually you'll get to the point where you're comfortable enough to, like, I don't know, spin with it, do some things. And then now onto flicking. So you need to, once you're able to get the ball in your car, you're going to want to aim the middle of the ball on about, I would say, this point right here. You're going to want to have the middle of the ball. And I'll show you why. Because if you have the ball, let's say you have the ball too far forward, you're gonna do that. That actually would be kind of useful if you were able to get that consistently, but you're gonna front flip forward out of it. If it's too far back, ball's again gonna do that. But if you have it in a nice sweet spot, you can front flip it forward, get it over people. And all you have to do for this is just a basic front flip. Just press A and front flip and it'll go like that. It's not a very hard mechanic to learn. Another flick you can do, which I like, is the diagonal flick one. And sometimes I throw a good amount of delay in there, so jump, like delay it, and then hit it forward. It can get it some height, but it can get it a lot more power than anything else, like that. That was a boomer flick. Not many people are going to say that if that's on target. Some other flicks you can do is things like that. Pretty strong flick. Or, I don't know, the musty flick, which I'm not very good at, but that, the breezy. Those are ones you don't really need to know. Just remember to do, learn the front flip flick and the side flick. Try to completely master and be able to hit it in the top corners every time before you go and start trying to do the other mechanics. So the next shot I wanted to, or pretty much thing of offense I wanted to teach everyone about, is the bounce dribble. So what you do is you just kind of sit here and bounce the ball. What you want to do is hit the ball right after it bounces, and you keep doing that over and over again. And then when you get close to the goal, there's a plethora of things you can do. One of the ones I like to do is just flip straight across the ball. You can hit it with a lot of power. Another one you can do is try to hit it with the corners of your car. I try to do that when I'm just trying to place the ball. And one of the other ones I like to do is while it's in the air, like if I get a big hit or if I've been doing these a lot, just hit it while it's in the air. And it can shoot it earlier than they're expecting. Sometimes if it's decently high in the air, like this, you can hit it with quite a lot of power. And they won't be able to really save it. So the next thing I wanted to teach you guys about was just how to set up like basic air dribble stuff. One of the ways I learned to do it was I came into training. I did this back when I was like bronze to gold. So that's about the area maybe you should be learning this, and I came to this shot. This one used to be the first one for some reason. It's the last one for me now. And I would just let it set up the airplay for me. But eventually I got used to like dribbling, the speed and all that. And I was able to do it myself. So now I don't even need that. I actually don't even like to use it anymore. And I come over here, and what I'll do is I'll kind of just aim it a little bit off-centered. And go like this. Try to hit it straight up so I can just practice air dribbling for longer, because I don't really need to learn how to air dribble for a short amount of time. Some things to note with air dribbles is you want to just kind of maintain the same speed as the ball, just hit it up staying under it. You want to hit like the center of the ball, that's the best way to keep it up, but if you're trying to go fast, like let's say you start your air dribble completely sideways, you're just going to want to push the ball. It shouldn't be very difficult. You want to just get up there, easily match the speed, and it won't bounce too much for you. Some other things you can do with this is things like the flip reset. And how you do that is you jump up in the air, you touch all of four of your wheels to the car, and you'll get a reset off the ball. It's like having another jump. Like you can practice it, I don't know, by doing that. So if you want, you could go up here, get a reset, and just hit it over someone, maybe pass it to a teammate, I don't know. Do whatever you want with it. The best way I found to get it is bring it up to the wall, brake right before you jump off it, like just tap your brake button, and you can get a jump reset pretty easily. Another thing you can do with this is do a ceiling shot, which used to be like the most famous shot in the world, and everyone thought it was really hard, but well, that's basically what a flip reset is. So what you need to do is bring it up to the wall, and you want to make sure when you're setting up all these air dribble, all that you aren't just slamming it into the ceiling, because then it's going to be a lot harder to put in. But what you're going to do is bring it up to the wall, and either drive up the wall like this, which is what I see a lot of new beginners do, or for the other setup, you can do how I like to do it. You bring it up the wall and jump up onto the ceiling, and after you get that jump on the ceiling, what you're going to want to do is you have a jump reset just like if you were to get one off the ball, so you can flip into the ball. So you're either going to want to delay it if the people aren't jumping. You want to like delay it as long as possible and shoot it in once you're like close to the net, like if he wasn't challenging, then delay it right as he's about to jump. Or if they are challenging really fast, what I've started doing is I'll go up here, hit it really fast, and just try to hit it as fast as possible into the net. I think that's the best course of action. Of course, everything's situational. Maybe sometimes it'd be better just to shoot it instead of going for it the other ways. But, you know, I'm not here to tell you every single play that you can do. Just give you guys some ideas, some things you can add to your gameplay. So some good ways you can practice just basic shooting is come over here, hit it off like the sidewall. Just try to hit it in, I don't know, stuff like that. One way I learned to bounce dribble, sort of, was just like the final shot. Let's just do that. I think it's a really easy way of setting it up. The last thing I wanted to talk about was challenges. This is kind of hard to visualize without being in a game. But let's say someone decides to challenge you and you're dribbling the ball on top of your car and they challenge you jumping up like this. One of my favorite things to do is when they start challenging me, I just break and drop the ball like that, and sometimes I'll jump and it'll create a very low 50-50 that'll be very effective for me. Usually it's very favorable. Some other things to remember while playing is if you're in, let's say, a 1v1 scenario, or just playing ones in general, try not to challenge in the opposite team's corner. It can lead to really bad 50-50s. You don't want to end up in those scenarios. You can challenge in your corners just fine. The best way to challenge, I think, is usually just a front flip into the ball. Sometimes side flipping will get you better results depending on if you are able to predict the way that they'll jump. It all comes with time and experience. You just have to learn how to 50 it better. Some people like to 50 using like the side of their cars. I use that very, very sparingly, but I'll still do it. Some ways you can 50 in the air is by just flattening out your car like this. That's one of my preferred ways, is just kind of flatten it like this and aim it where it needs to. So it kind of hits the center of your car, so it gets the most angle on it. So I think that's all I'm going to do for now. I'll probably make one on defense. I'll probably end up getting someone to help me because it's very hard to visualize that. But thank you for watching, and peace out.